निराकरोद अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषस्तु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति. Okay, any questions or clarification up to now?
Swamiji Pranam, Karthik here.
Yeah.
Swamiji, in the last class, mentioned that this particular knowledge is a non-conceptual understanding.
Yeah.
Are there any other examples at all of a non-conceptual understanding?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, because everything in the world is a concept. Anything you take in the world, really speaking, is a concept. Anything in the world will involve a subject-object relationship. So, to have another example of knowledge which is non-conceptual, I don't think it exists other than the Atma. Yeah. At the most you can say Brahman. You know. It's one and the same thing anyway. Yeah. Because everything is conceptualized, no? And everything is a concept. When you talk about creation and everything in it, they are all concepts only. Yeah.
Swamiji, would it be right for me to understand that the very last concepts I drop are actually the words Atma and Brahman also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions, clarifications? Questions? Okay, so now just imagine the Upanishad class, okay? The teacher has been teaching, and after the first section, Naham Manyesi Vediti, etc., one batch of students walked off. They had understood the truth. Then after the teacher explained the whole thing a bit, another batch walked off. There are still students sitting in front of him. So he says, okay, they have not really got it. The beauty of the traditional teaching is, if you don't get Brahman, understanding that what Brahman is, minimum, you will go away with the idea of Ishvara. The understanding of Ishvara, which is important. Okay? Because if you are exposed to Vedanta without Ishvara, then you are left high and dry if you don't understand. This is what happens in many New Age teachers. Like today afternoon I met somebody. It's a part of a fundraising meeting, but the guy is also involved in the study of Vedanta from different people. And one of the teachers he was involved with was a person who taught without the understanding of Ishvara, without the idea of Ishvara into the thing. So he says, he actually said it. I had to stop going to the class because it was not getting, nothing was getting clear. I was only getting more and more confused. Yeah. That's quite a well-known figure in South Bombay. Yeah. But completely non-traditional. And he saw through that, That's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. Yeah. Because another thing I notice with some people is, difficult to commit to one teacher. It's very difficult for people to do that. Okay. Now, commit to one teacher doesn't mean you can't go and listen to other teachers. Okay. You can. But can you have a sense of commitment to say, okay, this is my guru? No, years ago, I was staying in even before an additional room or two came up in Rishikesh. For some time, I was staying in a small cottage adjacent to the ashram. Cottage means it had one room, a bathroom, toilet, and a small pantry where there was no stove or forget gas, even a stove or something was not there. But it was a room and we were staying there. So the owner of that was one Mr. Berry. He is no more. Okay. Because I don't think his wife is also there anymore. They were all great devotees of Puja Swamiji. I think his daughter is still there in Delhi. Okay. For those of you who have come to Rishikesh with me or anywhere else, this is next to that Devi temple where now a Dvaita Matha has come up. That time it was just a small little place. There's enough. This Berry had built it up so that when Swamiji comes there, he can come and stay there and attend the lectures. That's how the whole thing was. So he made a very interesting thing. It seems he met a sadhu in Rishikesh who asked him, क्या मेरे को गुरु नहीं मानेगा क्या? अब पाठ में तो आता है. You are coming to my lectures, will you not accept me as your guru? He told him, Swamiji, I already have one guru. पिताजी तो एक हो सकता है, चाचा तो बहुत हो सकता है. Father can only be one, but I can have a lot of uncles. It is not that gurus ask for exclusive commitment. Gurus don't ask for that. What I am trying to highlight is the fact that the sense of commitment is sometimes difficult for people. So they try to spread that commitment around. See, one is not there, other is there, other is not there, this is there, this, I don't have to commit to one. That's like not getting married but having 3 girlfriends simultaneously. Somewhere you have to check out how much your commitment is, to any of them or all of them. Yeah. So, anyway, that's a sidelight. So, here in traditional learning, the understanding of Ishvara will always be there. So, when the Guru found that quite a few people have walked over, there's still some people, obviously they are not yet understood. So, he brings in the idea of Ishvara now. Okay? Nedam yadidam upasate, he had already said all that. So, that part of it is there. But now he brings in differently. So, what is he saying there? Okay, it's a simple story, but it's a very interesting one. Brahmaha devebhyo vijigye tasyaha brahmano vijigye devaha amihantaha. Okay. Brahman achieved a great victory for the devas. Brahman here, Jagat Karanam, Ishvara therefore. Okay. Achieved a great victory for the devas. And because they had won the battle, they became elated naturally. See, elation after battle is the most natural emotion that will happen. Why? When you ride into battle, you don't even know you're going to forget winning or losing. You don't know whether you're going to live or die. Though we tell our people at home, no, we'll come back. After all, I'm just going here. Next week we'll celebrate your birthday. ऐसा बोलेगा. Not to add to the worries of the family. But we know, you are not sure of coming back alive, coming back in one piece. Okay? So naturally, when you win and you find your hole, you are elated. Okay? Naturally elated. So they were elated. All right. Therefore, what one they all right, elation is not natural. What did they say? The ekshantah asmakamevayam vijayo asmakameva mahimeti tadesham vijignyau tebhyah praturbhabuva tanna vyajanat kimidam yakshamiti. What did he say? They thought, hey, this is our victory, this is our glory. Okay. Victory party is na. This will be the talk after a couple of years go in. Something harder goes in. अरे यार मैं ऐसा किया मैं ऐसा किया. Yeah. Nobody tells I saw your pants were wet. Nobody says that. Nobody will raise that. Okay. वो भी हो सकता है. All right. So they all thought, this is my victory. This is our victory. Now, Ishvara said, hey, they have to be brought down a peg or two. Some understanding has to come into them. Okay? Some understanding has to come into them. Tadesham vijignyau tebhyah praturbhava. On the horizon, a form of a yaksha appeared. Okay? Yaksha is anything, any adorable being can be called a yaksha. Okay? Yeah. Therefore, suddenly something appearing like that on the horizon. It's like you have won a battle and suddenly a new spaceship appears on the horizon. क्या हो जाएगा? Or a flying object appears on the horizon. Hey, yaksha meaning a being, a very glorious being appears there. Friend or foe? क्या करना है? Okay, it is Ishvara who has appeared as a yaksha. Therefore he says, no, you have to find out. Now how do you find out? Somebody has to go. So they have approached Agni. They approached Agni. Te Agnim abhruvan jataveda etad vijanihi kimidam yaksham tatheti. Hey Jataveda, another name for Agni. Please find out who is this yaksha. Tatheti. So let it be. So be it. I'll go and find out. Full of confidence, full of this thing, elation of the victory. मैं पता करके आता हूँ भी. And okay. Dabhyadravат tam abhyadvaktosि agnirvaham asmiti abbravid jatavedo vaham asmiti. Now he goes. Agni goes. Agni is fast moving. He goes. But before Agni could ask the yaksha anything, who are you? What are you? कुछ पूछने? Please introduce yourself. The yaksha asks him, who are you? Now Agni is surprised. You don't know me. Is there anyone who does not know what fire is? And I am the Adhisthana Devata of fire. Agnirvaham asmi. I am fire. Jataveda asmi. I am also known as Jataveda. Okay. Jataveda means one who knows all that is being created. Okay? That's the meaning of the word Jataveda. Yakshamata, but you don't know me. Okay. Tasmin Swami, Kim Viryam. What is your strength? Kim Viryam, what is your USP? Okay. Kim Viryam, what is your USP? What is special about you? Sarvam Deheyam Yadidin Prativyamiti, can burn up everything that is there on this earth. Earth means this whole dimension, okay, all the planets, everything. This physical plane, everything I can burn up. Yeah. Tasmai Trinam Nidhavaite. He kept a piece of grass in front of him. From his pocket, he took out a piece of grass and kept it in front. Okay. Please burn this. You said you can burn everything, please burn this. Agni must have, this is insulting, like, you know. Okay. Tad upapreyaya. Must have sent a flicker, upapreyaya, to burn it. Not burning. Sarvajavena, in all fours. Tanna shashaka dagdum. But that blade of grass is remaining as it is, not getting burnt. Satata eva nivrute na detam dashakam vijanatum yad edrisham yakshamiti. So he makes a retreat, a tactical retreat. Comes back and says, I could not find out who it was. Okay. I could not find out. You don't have to tell the whole story, na? How he kept a blade of grass. I couldn't even burn one blade of grass. I was claiming I could burn the whole universe up. I couldn't find out. All right, you couldn't find out. Therefore, then what? Atha vayum abhravan vayu eva tad vijanihi kim etad yakshamiti. Hey Vayu, please go and find out who this Yaksha is. Tatheti. ठीक है. Agni couldn't find out, no problems. But Agni will not exist without me. Na? Without oxygen, where is Agni? So मैं चलता हूँ ना. I will come. Tabhyadravad. And he flowed. Abhyadravad. Vedoktam asiti. And Yaksha asked the same question. Who are you? Vayuraham asmiti. Abravin. Antarikshasvaham asmiti. Matarishvaham asmiti. I'm also called Matarishva. Okay, all right. Both naam hai. Lot of names you have. Tasmin tavi kim viryam. What is your strength? Ityapavit sarvam adadiyad yadidam prathivyam. And this Prithvi, na, I can blow anything away. I can play with the planets. My solar winds will blow away planets as well. That's it. Remember, the same blade of grass he picks up from his pocket and puts it in front. Sasmai trinam nidhadevat. Please blow away this blade of grass. Tad upapreyaya. You try to blow it. One flicker of breath. हो गया. Sarvajavena, full blast. Okay. 10 knot gale of royal rage. Okay. Tanna shashaka adatum. You could not blow it away. He also retreated and went back and said what? Na etad dashakam viyatum. I could not find out who it is. A funny situation here, na? Agni and Vayu know what has happened. They are both nodding at each other. पता लग गया. तेरे को भी ऐसा ही हो गया. You also had to go through the same thing. Okay. But couldn't find out. Okay. पूरा कहानी क्यों बोलने का है ना? That I tried. I could not even blow away a blade of grass. Cyclonic this, I can lift up buildings and destroy them. One blade of grass I couldn't blow away. Ye kya hai? What a condition to be in. Then, abhi kya kar? When two champions have failed, two of the greatest champions have failed, they have to go to the big boss itself. No? Therefore, Atha Indram Abruvan Bhagavan Etad Vijanihi Kim Etad Yakshamiti. Hey Bhagavan, Indra, please go and find out who this is. Now, because now it has become very important. There is a being there, we have just finished a battle, we have won a battle, and there is a being that has appeared, we cannot figure out who the guy is. Difficult situation to be in, we have to know. Tad abhyadravad tasmai atirodhade. So be it, he says. And as Indra went to the Yaksha, Yaksha disappears. Now, let us connect up with what we have studied also. Which organ is Agni the Devata of?
Tongue.
Tongue is for speech, that is karma. Sense organ.
Eyes.
Eyes. Na chakshur pashyati. And Vayu? Vagindriya and taste. You cannot smell it, you cannot taste it, you cannot see it. Can you see? You only saw the manifestation. You don't see the reality of what it is. Some manifestation you saw. What it is you can't know. You saw the whole universe manifestation. What it is you don't know. Same position. Indra is the presiding deity of the mind. Mind goes there. When the mind tries to see it, it doesn't objectify it, it will disappear because you can't objectify it. But Indra did not beat a retreat. He waited there patiently. He waited there and Satasmineva Akashe, in the same Akasha, Sriyam Ajagamaha. Okay. Bahushobhamanam, a very beautiful woman appears there in the same Akasha. Who is that woman? Umam Haimavatim. Uma Haimavatim, the daughter of the Himalayas, Parvati. Okay. And Tahuvacha Kimidam Yakshamiti, to her he asked. Uma there stands in the position of the Guru. Okay. Uma there stands in the position of the Guru. Why Shobhamanam, etc.? Because you have got the knowledge of all knowledge. You shine in the light of the knowledge. Therefore, Bahu Shobhamanam. So isn't that okay? And he asked Uma, who was this Yaksha? Who was this being? He didn't even wait for me, he disappeared. Kaun tha wo? Who was that? Sa Brahmeti Huvacha. And Uma tells him, that was Brahman. Brahmano vaetad vijigye mahiyadvam iti tatoha vai vidvancha brahmeti. So Uma there, Uma is in a form that the story tells it very briefly. But Indra learned about Brahman. You can take it as Ishvara or the whole thing. Okay? From Uma Haimavati. Therefore, in the absence of any other teacher mentioned there, Uma Haimavati is the teacher in the Kenopanishad. Okay. Okay. Therefore, Indra learns about Brahman from Uma. Then the story continues. Tasmava etad devaha atitaram iva anyendriya va anyadagnihi vayur indriyaste hi anishnam prasvarshate Kiyana Pratamo Vidanchakshare Brahmeti. Therefore, what? They says Agni, Vayu, and Indra. Agni, Vayu, Indra among all the gods, they are considered the foremost among the gods. Why are they considered foremost among the gods? Because they came close to Ishvara, proximately, came close to Ishvara, and they excel from other gods. Okay. Tasmavad Indraha Atitaramih Anya Devansa Ki Anishtam Prasparshaha Say Etat Pratamaha Vidanchakare Brahmeti. Yeah, therefore, and Indra became the chief of all of them for the simple reason that he was the first person to know about Brahman. Arthavada, the praise that Indra is considered Indra because he came the first one to know about Brahman from Haimavatim, Umam Haimavatim. So, what is the story about if you look at it? Okay. What is the story? What is it highlighting? If you are taking it as Ishvara, the simpler one, okay, everything is possible only because of Ishvara. There is no my glory. Okay, there is only Ishvara's glory. So what happens when you recognize that? It will not be I did it, it will be thank God I could do it. I could do it by Ishvara's grace. That recognition that Ishvara is the source of all beings, the source of all capabilities, the source of all power, that becomes very important in the study of Vedanta as well. That attitude of Ishvara Arpanam, the sense of surrender to Ishvara. Without understanding Ishvara, there is no understanding of Brahman. Ishvara Jnanam becomes necessary. I remember the first year I listened to Puja Swamiji, I did not understand Brahman. But I understood Ishvara well. And that was enough to sustain me through all the challenges I went through life. Huge. I sailed through it just because of understanding of Ishvara. And if that understanding is there, certain sense of maturity, etc., comes in automatically. A certain ability to get things done, at the same time, a humility along with that. Which is important. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. That part is very, very important. Therefore, to develop your ability to get things done is important. And along with that, if there is recognition of Ishvara, there will be a natural humility. Because you are not the ultimate. What is it that you can do? Without Ishvara's grace, fire couldn't burn one little straw. One blade of grass could not be blown away. Ishvara makes it possible. Ishvara, the order, makes it possible. Don't take it literally that every little thing, okay, Ishvara is okay, idhar karo, udhar karo. No. Yeah. Without Ishvara's grace, nothing works. And Ishvara is everything. All that is not mentioned here, okay? But that's understood. So, Ishvara Jnana. Ishvara as Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. It becomes necessary to understand that. Because even if you don't understand Vedanta as Brahman, Aham Asmi Iti, Aham Brahmasmi Iti, if you don't understand, if you understand this much, you will grow in your understanding. You will grow as a human being, and in time, you will be ready to understand I am Brahman. Therefore, that part of it is very, very important to understand Ishvara. Because without understanding Ishvara, there cannot be an understanding I am everything. Let us say I prove that consciousness is without time and space. I do that usually in my class, I explain all that. So you will understand I consciousness is limitless. Fine. What is limitless? You are not very clear, but okay, it is not conditioned by time and space. That much you will say. All right, fine. Then what? What about the world? I mean, I am limitless consciousness, fine, but the world will stand against your understanding of that consciousness. For that, you need to understand the mithyatvam of the whole world. To understand the mithyatvam of the whole world, you have to understand that there is something like totality, and that totality is based on consciousness. That totality is what you call Ishvara. Totality is another name you are given. Because without explaining away Ishvara, there is no way you can explain away the world. That's why I found modern teachers who teach without Ishvara, they'll say, ignore the world, it doesn't matter. It is nothing. You'll have to say something like that. Or you'll have to present Brahman is beyond everything. That creates a clean-cut dichotomy in your mind. Because forever you will try to realize something that's beyond your mind. How will you ever explain that which is the mind of the mind, etc.? Saying beyond the mind. I mean, how do you manage to? Unless the bunch of students that is sitting in front of you is completely unthinking. They'll swallow anything and everything you say. Yeah. Because here it is saying mind of the mind and you are saying it's beyond somewhere. कैसा हो सकता है? Really? So it's important to see that consciousness, that unit, one unit, what is that? Ishvara. A unitary whole. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam.
Swamiji, to establish the mithyatvam of the world, we have to take it as that it is a creation, no?
Exactly. So how will you take the creation without the creator?
Yeah. So then that means that the part of the creation becomes implied the minute we
Exactly.
Start, right?
So that's why Ishvara Jnanam becomes so important. There is no Vedanta without Ishvara. So this is one thing that everyone must really think about and come to that understanding. That when you say Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, that means anything that you have seen as an effect, anything from a pen onwards to the sun and the moon and the stars, all of them is nothing but a manifestation of Ishvara. And Ishvara is nothing but consciousness. Therefore, this whole universe is nothing but a manifestation of consciousness. And any manifestation is mithya. Kurta is mithya. What is there is nothing but cloth. From there onwards. This body is mithya. It has to go all the way to mind is mithya. Ahankara is mithya. Well, ahankara is a notion based on what you are, no? Pure notion. Your mind is mithya. Then people will ask so-called intelligent questions. With a mithya mind, how can I understand the real truth? This seems intelligent question, With a mithya mind, how can I understand the real truth? Idiot, because the mind is the mind. How can the wave understand it is water? Because it is water. No, no. The wave has to realize the water that is beyond the wave. Can you see where the gadbad is? Where the problem starts? The content of the wave is nothing but water. Bodham pratibodhitam manaha. He had said that earlier. No? Every thought, there is nothing but consciousness. There is nothing but consciousness in every thought. No, I must remove all my thoughts to recognize consciousness. किधर से आया ये? When the Upanishad is clearly saying bodham pratibodhitam manaha. In every thought, they recognize that there is nothing but consciousness. Every wave, they recognize there is nothing but water. That's why my question. Why did the moron wait at the beach with a towel and soap in one hand? Waiting for all the waves to die down so he can have a dip in the ocean. We are all morons like that, waiting for all the thoughts to die down so the whole consciousness I will recognize. Who will recognize? Bodham pratibodhitam mana. Satyam is not beyond the mithya. Where the mithya is, there the satyam is. If the rope is beyond the snake, you can go and hang yourself with it. The snake is real. Where the snake appears, there the rope is. Where the ahankara appears, there the atma is. Yeah, it's so simple, so straightforward. Can't be more straightforward. Kenopanishad is one of the most straightforward Upanishads ever. If you really understand, blows your mind, you can't say anything about it. Bas itna hi. Then he says, he goes ahead. Any questions up to now, or simple story clear? Okay. Okay. Now here he is giving an example in terms of how that knowledge can take place. तस्यैषा आदेशः एतत् एतद् विदितः विद्युत्तदा इति निमिषदा इति आदिदैवतम. He is giving an Adidevika example. It's an example. He says, when the knowledge appears, it appears like a flash of lightning. That is true. When you recognize the truth, any recognition is like a flash, no? Immediate. Does it take time? Pen, does it take time? Pen. सोचना पड़ता है पेन क्या है. Similarly, when you are exposed to a teaching, knowledge can happen like the flash of a lightning, or like a blink of an eye, he says, or like the blink of an eye. Okay. Or he says, this is one way. When you recognize it, immediate flash. Oh my God, your mind is arrested for a second. God, that's true. It's just immediate recognition. Or he says, Atha Adhyatmam, otherwise with respect to you, what is that? Ye tad gachyati va samano anena chaitad upasmati abhikshanam gum sankalpaha. Or he says, it has to be remembered again and again, again and again. You have to remember. The teaching has to be remembered. Okay? Etad gacchati iva. Okay. Because it's trying to understand now. Why? Can happen to both ways. It came as a flash of lightning and went, and after that what? You felt back to normal. For some time you felt in seventh heaven, and then what? Dinner, I have to make dinner, yaar. That is saying all that. Mundane things come up and then it seems to go away. Therefore, you have to bring it back. In other words, even if you had it as a flash of lightning, you may have to back it up with nididhyasanam. Back it up with nididhyasanam to make it your own, because it came as a flash of lightning and went away. Yeah, it seemed to go away like that. So you have to keep contemplating on it. Okay. Or it could be that you gained some dull understanding, and the understanding had to be refined by completely thinking and contemplating on it. Your understanding grows over repeated thinking about it. What are you thinking about? What the teacher taught you? You're not thinking about anything else. That's why I'm not very happy when people ask me the question, Swamiji, can I put it like this? I said, don't put it like that. Put it like how it was put. Understand like how it was put. And then go over it. Go over it. Your understanding will keep getting better and better. So that's why we use a modern example for this. Like shooting with a Polaroid camera. You've seen those Polaroid cameras. Now they are also going out. We'll have to find some new examples. You take a shot, the thing comes out of the camera, the print comes out. It's all blank, white. Then slowly, as you are watching, everything emerges until it is clear. The whole picture is clear. Okay. So similarly here, you keep getting exposed to the learning, keep contemplating, keep thinking, and one fine day everything is clear. When? Don't ask me. Sometime. It can be clear as a flash of lightning, or it can take its own time. It takes its own time because sometimes the mind is not very ready. Adhikaritvam is a bit shaky. I won't say it's not there. Of course, adhikaritvam is there. Everyone has it to some degree or the other, but not enough. Not enough. Certain things are missing here and there. Or some refinement of that adhikaritvam is necessary. Some building up of it is necessary. So because of that, it takes some time. Doesn't matter. So if you are not a person who got it as a flash of lightning, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you will get it in time. Keep repeating. The Upanishads, another Upanishad answers that. Says, what should I do if I didn't get it? Pavanah punyena shravanam kuryat. What is this pavanah punya? Pavanah punya is punah punah. Okay. Again and again, shravanam kuryat. Listen to the thing. Yeah. Listen. Every time listen as though it is fresh. Don't come thinking, Arey, Kenopanishad I heard before, why are you doing it a second time? Because first time it was not clear. In fact, one of my Guru Bhais was saying, Arey yaar, you do the whole 3-year course. At the end of it, only Purushartha Nishchaya is clear. You are clear about what you should get. You are not clear about Vedanta. I said that should have been clear before you joined the course. What you are after should have been clear before you joined the course. Then the course will work. Otherwise, what he says is true. You are not clear. You came. Everyone is doing a course in Vedanta. I am also going to do a course. You are not studying for a course on the Upanishads. You are trying to understand yourself. Atma Jnanam is what you are after. And if that is your approach, it will work well. Therefore, if you got it in a flash or you got it over time, it doesn't matter. Generally, I have seen, even in that flash of understanding, etc., that happens. Clear, great. You still need to do something about it. You still need to hear it again, so the nuances become clearer. Nuances become clearer. The depth of it becomes clearer. You remember that old story I used to tell you about the two bachelors staying, who decided to try their hand in making parathas, and they decided to make it tandoori paratha over coal, and they didn't have coal. They went to the Punjabi lady and saying next door, said, Maji, shall we get some coals because we are trying a paratha? And the Punjabi lady, being Punjabi, said, Arey paratha khane ko to aaja, main bana deti hu. The Punjabis are very large-hearted people. I always found them, very large-hearted, especially in matters of food and everything. You won't find more large-hearted people. Arey aaja. No, Maharaji, we want to try to make it. Acha. So she goes inside and gets a few coals, a pair of tongs, 2-3 nice burning coals are there. लेके कैसे जाएगा? Newspaper comes out, here, डाल दे. She looks at him, look, शादी करने वाला है. Let them understand properly. She puts it on there. You can receive the coals on the newspaper, you can't retain it. It burns through. This is what happens to a lot of us. Even those of us who got it as a flash, you got it. Retaining is difficult. Believe me, when you get it as a flash, first 2 days you will feel great. Really. Yeah. Great. After that you come back down to earth, and then what? What did exactly did he? What was it that point क्या था? Point पता नहीं कुछ था. जरा video देखेंगे और. Let us go back to the video, or go back to your notes. We used to go back to our notes. But when you listen to the video the second time, it's not the same as the first time of hearing it. Guaranteed. You can pick up details that you missed in the first time. But that flash of insight that you got the first time, you will not get the second time. Yeah. So you get it. It's okay. That's all right. In time, this will become crystal clear. So you be patient with yourself to get that thing. And keep at it. Keep at it. Keep at it. In between, look into your mind, see what has to be fine tuned, which screw has to be tightened, which screw has to be loosened up. Yeah, sometimes you have to sort of loosen up everything. Yeah, come on, you're taking things too seriously. Loosen up. Yeah.
But Swamiji, the challenge is in always isolating where is that rock shaking
Yeah,
from.
which screw to turn and in which direction, tighten it or loosen it. Correct? It's always that the case. It's always that the case.
So there is where the Guru's role comes in.
I know. What I would say is take the learning seriously, commitment seriously. Take yourself lightly. It works well. Then you won't get uptight about it. I remember one of my students who came from England and Turkey. She's staying in Turkey right now. She was there at the camp in Rishikesh. And when I take a camp, I have a lot of jokes in it, teaching. So she put a photograph of me laughing away on Facebook saying, we were very seriously studying Vedanta. That captures it. Why? Because the commitment is there. But you take yourself lightly. Vedanta teacher room hai. Reva de.
Swamiji, when you take yourself lightly, it's also easier to surrender the ahankara.
Exactly. Everything becomes so much easier. Yeah. मैं महाराज हूँ. Even as a teacher, I'm a teacher of Vedanta. मालूम है टीचर ऑफ वेदांत है. करेगा ठीक है. So teach ना. What's the big deal? Hey, what's the big deal? The idea is to be a Mahatma, not act like a Mahatma. Yeah, be a Mahatma, don't act like one.
It's all
Problem
about
solved.
dropping the roles, na, Swamiji?
Exactly, dropping the roles. You don't have any roles. And role is mithya anyway. So what are you taking it too seriously? मैंने ये नहीं छूगा, वो नहीं छूगा, ये नहीं करेंगे, वो. Then you're too caught up in all the small things. The mind is caught up in small things. So much so that someone had to write a book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. A brilliant book for handling stress. Don't sweat the small stuff. I will say the same thing in Vedanta. It's okay. So without that, when you look into it, but at the same time, like Indra, when the things disappeared, he didn't give up and walk away. He waited for that understanding with that patience. And the Guru appeared there in the same place. It's important. The Guru appears in the same place where the Yaksha was. The Guru appears in the same place where you're trying to know the truth, where you're trying to do this thing, same place. They say that, no? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Not true in my experience, not true in Arjuna's experience also. When the student is ready, he will recognize that the Guru has always been around. Discover the student in yourself, the teacher is already there. So that's where the whole thing is. Guru, thank God today, nowadays Gurus are always available in the society. He is available on your phone. YouTube channel में देखो मिल जाएगा. Are you ready enough? That's all that has to be seen. So work on that Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, etc. But see where things have to be That only you can do, because you need to see what is necessary. Okay. And then once you do, it's okay whether you understood in a flash or it was gradual. You understood, na, बस हो गया. It's a fact of your life, ना, बस हो गया. और क्या चाहिए? और क्या चाहिए? Dinner. I can see some faces look hungry. Okay. I'm joking, okay. But a good place to stop, call today. So remember, now another bunch of students have gone off after this. And then what happens to the students, you are still left behind. We'll see in the next class. Okay. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, sir.